Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. In this section, I'll explain you the concept of superimposition based augmented reality. Superimposition based AR is also referred to as object tracking. In this section, we will first look at different 3D objects and the ones which we can use for this project. Next, we will look at the process of scanning a 3D object using an object scanner Android application. After scanning the 3D object, next we will create a new augmented reality application called the AR Object Tracker, and in this app we will superimpose a digital 3D model on top of the scanned 3D objects. So guys, there are a lot of new things that you will learn in this section. So let's start with a new augmented reality project. Hey, what's up guys, welcome back. In this video, we will look at the types of 3D objects which we can use for object tracking or superimposition based augmented reality. So in this video, we will look at the important criteria which a 3D object must satisfy, and in the next video, I'll explain you the process of scanning a 3D model. Because before scanning, you must first select a proper 3D model. Now, as per Vuforia's website, the 3D object that is used for object tracking should meet the following criteria. First, it should be opaque, that is, it should not be transparent or one should not be able to see through that object. For example, the bottle on the left is opaque as you cannot see through it. The bottle on the right is not opaque as we can easily see through it. The second criteria is that the object must be rigid, that is, the object must be hard and it should not be easily bent or forced out of shape. The third criteria is that the object must have minimum moving points. The best example of 3D objects which satisfy the above conditions are action figures, toy cars or toys. Now, this action figure model which I have is opaque, that is, you cannot see through it, it is rigid and it has few moving parts. The arms and legs of this action figure can be moved, but they can only move if any external force is applied to it, that is, if I move them manually. Similarly, this red car which I have is also opaque, rigid and it has no moving parts. Now, pliable or deformable objects are not supported in object tracking. The best example of pliable or deformable objects is a bag, cap or even flexible back cover of a smartphone. So guys, before scanning your 3D object, please make sure that the 3D object satisfy the above three criteria. Now, the environment in which you place the 3D model also plays an important role. The 3D object should be scanned and it should be viewed indoors under moderate bright light and diffuse lighting. That is, the light must be equally spread over a large area. The surface of the 3D object must have equal amount of light and there should not be shadows caused by bigger objects or other people. So, to conclude, action figures and toy cars should be the best object to get started with this object tracker project. And if you want to read more related to Vuforia's object recognition technique, then you can check this link from the resource section. Okay, so guys, that's it from this video and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, what's up guys, welcome back. In this video, I'll explain you the process of scanning 3D objects using Vuforia's object scanner application. So, for downloading this object scanner app, you first need to sign in to your Vuforia account. After this, you will click on the download tab. Next, you will click on the tools tab, and inside the tools tab, as you can see, we have this Vuforia object scanner application. The Vuforia's Object Scanner app is only available for Android smartphone, and the latest version of this app by the time of this recording is 5.5.1. Now, according to Vuforia's website, this app works best on Samsung Galaxy S6, Galaxy S7, Galaxy S8 and Galaxy S8 Plus smartphone. I have a Xiaomi Note 4 smartphone, so I had installed this Object Scanner app on my smartphone. Now, even though I was able to scan 3D objects with this app, But when I tested the scanned 3D object inside Unity, so during that time the object was not recognized by the webcam. So later on I installed this object scanner app on my friend's Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge smartphone, and inside Unity the webcam was able to detect the 3D object which was scanned by S7 Edge smartphone. Now if you do not have the above mentioned smartphone, then you can first try scanning 3D objects on your Android smartphone and test the results in Unity. If the webcam is able to detect your 3D object, then that's great. But if the webcam is still not able to detect your scanned 3D object, then you may have to borrow the above mentioned smartphone from someone. So after explaining you this, next to download this APK file, I'll click on download APK. I'll agree to the terms and condition, and as you can see, a zip file is getting downloaded inside my system, and once it is downloaded, I'll copy it on my desktop. After copying the zip file on my desktop, I'll right click on it and I'll unzip it. So as you can see, I now have a new folder by the name of scanner 551. Okay, so I'll open this folder, and inside this folder, as you can see, I have a media folder and scanner 551 APK file. So this is the APK file of our app, and if I open the media folder, then inside the media folder we have this A4 object scanning target PDF file. Okay, so I'll open it. Now you have to take a color printout of this object scanning target file on an A4 size paper, and in this rectangular area you have to place your 3D object. I have already taken a color printout of this image, so next I will install the scanner app on the Galaxy S7 Edge smartphone. After installing the app, next I'll open it. I will then click on the plus sign, and as you can see, the camera of my smartphone is activated. I'll basically scan a car model, so I'll place this car model inside the rectangular coordinates, and next I'll click on the record button. Now the scanning will only start when the application detects an object on top of the object scanning target page. The scanning app basically creates this dome structure which surrounds the entire object. If you have a lengthy object like a car, then the dome will be a bit bigger in length. If you have a heighted object like some action character, then the dome will appear a bit larger in height. When a particular part of the 3D model is scanned, the area of the dome turns to green, and you must try to cover as many blocks as possible. Similarly, you can also see green points being plotted on top of the 3D object, and these green points are a visualization of object features. So, object features of 3D object target is somewhat similar to yellow colored features for image targets. You can also move the camera closer to the dome to scan one particular area. Now guys, you definitely need a little patience while scanning these objects, as you have to make sure that the object do not move or falls from its original position while moving this page. Similarly, while moving or rotating this object scanning target page, do not place your fingers on this grey rectangle where the 3D object is placed, as there are chances that the scanner may scan your hand as well. Now, there will be some area of the 3D object which will not get scanned. In that case, the blocks which are not scanned will not turn to green. Now, that's totally fine, but try to cover at least 80 to 90% of the blocks so that the 3D object is recognized properly by the webcam in Unity. Once you're satisfied with your scanning result, next you can click on the stop scanning button and you can give your file a name. Okay, so I'll click on the stop scanning button and I'll give my file a name. After this, I'll click on the share button and I'll share the scan result on my email ID so that I can later download the result on my laptop. The extension of the scanned file will be a .od file, that is object data file. To test the scanned result inside the app, you can click on the test button, and if you see this green block in front of the object target, then that means the object is recognized. Now, before ending this video, let me share one more thing. So on the left is the scanning result with my Xiaomi Note 4 smartphone, and on the right is the result with the Galaxy S7 Edge smartphone. Now, even though I was able to scan more or less the same number of blocks on the Note 4 and the Galaxy S7 Edge, but if we compare the points, then with Note 4, the total number of points is 150, and with Galaxy S7 Edge, the points are 239. So the Galaxy S7 Edge was basically able to scan more object features on top of my car object as compared to Note 4. And this could be the main reason why Vuforia is suggesting us to scan 3D objects with Galaxy S6, S7, S8 and S8 Plus smartphone. I had also scanned this car model previously on the S7 Edge, in which almost the entire dome got covered and the scanning result had a total of 370 points. But after sharing the OD file, I had deleted the original file. So guys, I hope from this video you would have understood the process of scanning a 3D object with Vuforia's object scanner application. And in the next video, we will start with our object tracker augmented reality project. Hey, what's up guys, welcome back. In this video, we will create a new augmented reality application called the AR object tracker, and by the end of this video, we will generate the license key and we will upload this Ferrari car OD file for our AR object tracker application. So I'll give this project a name of AR object tracker, and as you can see, this is the default location where this project is saved. Okay. So I'll click on the create project to create my AR object tracker project. So as you can see, the AR object tracker Unity project is created. Okay. And if you look very carefully, the Unity version which I'm using right now is Unity 2017.2, which is the latest version of Unity by the time of this recording. So next, as we have done previously, I will save the scene first. Okay. So I'll click on File. I'll then click on Save Scene As. And inside the assets folder, I'll create a new folder by the name of data files. I'll open it. I'll create a new folder called as scenes inside it. And I'll give this scene a name of AR object tracker scene. Okay, I'll then hit save. So after saving the scene, next I'll click on file. After this, I'll click on build settings. Next, I'll select the Android platform, and after this I'll click on switch platform, as I'll build this AR object tracker app for my Android smartphone. Okay, so as you can see, the Unity logo is on the Android platform, which means the platform is switched to Android. Next, I'll click on player settings, and inside the player settings I'll click on the XR settings tab, and inside XR settings I will check this Vuforia augmented reality support checkbox. After this, I'll close the build settings. So after activating the Vuforia augmented reality support option, I will select the main camera and I'll delete it, and in place of the main camera, I'll add the AR camera. So to add the AR camera, I'll click on game objects. I'll then go in Vuforia, and inside this Vuforia option, we have the AR camera option. So I'll select it. So I'll click on the import button to import the AR camera and some other Vuforia components. So guys, as you can see, we now have three new folders called editor, streaming and Vuforia folder. Okay. And inside the hierarchy, as you can see, we have this AR camera over here. So after adding the AR camera, next I'll open my Vuforia account. So in the search field, I'll type developer.vuforia.com. Okay. And I've already signed into my Vuforia account. So I'll click on the develop button. After this, I'll click on get development key. So I'll give this key a name of all AR keys. Okay, and the reason why I've given this key a name of all AR keys, because from now on I'll be using this same key for the remaining Vuforia applications which we'll be creating. So after this, I'll click on this checkbox, and next I'll click on the confirm button to agree to Vuforia's terms and condition. Next, I'll click on the all AR keys option and I'll copy this license key. After this, with the AR camera selected, I'll open the open Vuforia configurations option. Next, I will paste the app license key over here. Okay, and after this I'll click on Ctrl S to save my scene. So after pasting the license key, next if I click on the play button, then as you can see the camera is activated. Okay, so I'll come out of play mode, and after this I will upload this Ferrari car OD file inside my database. Okay, so I'll open Vuforia. After this I'll click on Target Manager. Next I'll click on Add Database, and inside this Add Database I'll create a new database by the name of AR Object Tracker. I'll click on the Create button. Next I'll open this AR Object Tracker database, and currently there are no targets inside it, so I'll click on Add Target. Okay, and this time I'll select the 3D object option, as we are going to upload a 3D object file, that is the object data file. Next I'll click on Browse. I'll click on the desktop option, and on the desktop as you can see I've kept this Ferrari car OD file, so I'll select it and then I'll click on Open. So the OD file is selected over here. I'll leave the car name to Ferrari car itself, and next I'll click on the Add button. So the Ferrari car is uploaded, okay, but the status is showing as processing. Okay, so I'll click on the refresh button. The status is still showing as processing, so I will wait for some time, and after this I'll again click on the refresh button. So guys, as you can see, the status of my Ferrari car OD file is showing as active. So next I'll click on Download Database, and after this I'll select the Unity editor, and next I'll again click on the download button. And the AR Object Tracker Unity package is getting downloaded in my system. So once it is downloaded, I'll copy it on my desktop. So guys, as you can see, the AR Object Tracker Unity package is downloaded on my desktop. Okay, so next I'll double click on it to import it inside my AR Object Tracker Unity project. After this, I'll again click on the import button to import it. So guys, the AR Object Tracker Unity package is imported inside my project. So I'll end this video over here, and in the next video, I will show you the process of superimposing a car 3D model on top of the car object. Hey, what's up guys, welcome back. In this video, I will project a 3D car model on top of my car object target. So inside my AR Object Tracker scene, I'll go in Game Objects. After this, I'll go in Vuforia, and I'll select the 3D scan option. So as you can see, a new component by the name of object target is added over here, and with the object target component selected, next I'll change the database from Vuforia mass object to AR Object Tracker. And this AR Object Tracker database is the one which I had created in the previous video, and this basically contains my Ferrari car object target. Okay, so I'll select it, and as you can see, by default the object target which is selected over here is the Ferrari car, as I just uploaded one object target. You can also see the preview image over here. Now guys, inside the scene panel, as you can see, we have this cube over here, and this cube basically represents the rectangular area on which this car object target is placed. So if you want to superimpose a 3D model on top of this car object target, then you have to place that 3D model inside this cube. So now inside this cube, I will place one 3D car model. Okay, and to do that, I'll go inside the asset store, and in the asset store, I'll search for sports car. I'll press enter. After this, I'll click on free only, as we will download free car model assets. Next, I'll scroll down, and as you can see, there are a lot of car assets which you can download for free. And out of all the available car models, I will select this Roadster low poly asset. So I'll click on it and I'll select it. After this, I'll scroll down. So I'll click on the import button to import this asset. Next, I'll click on the import button to import this asset. And as you can see, the Roadster low poly asset is downloaded inside a project. Next, I'll go inside the scenes panel, and after this I will open the Roadster low poly folder. I'll open the prefabs folder, and inside the prefabs folder, as you can see, we have this low poly sports car prefab. Okay, so I'll drag it inside the hierarchy and I'll make it a child of the object target. Okay, and guys, the object target basically represents this cube over here. Now guys, the low poly sports car is not visible, and that is because the low poly sports car is placed somewhere over here. So I've basically zoomed out of my scene a little bit, and next I'll place the low poly sports car somewhere over here. Okay, I'll make the Y position to 0. I'll make the X also to 0, and I'll make the Z position also 0. Okay, so guys, as you can see, the low poly sports car and this object target component are neighboring to each other. Okay, but the scale of this car is way too big when compared with this object target. So I'll select the 3D scale tool. After this, I'll select the low poly sports car, and the axis of the low poly sports car is somewhere over here. So I'll select the gray cube and I'll reduce the scale of the car. Okay, I'll double click on it, and next I'll select the position tool and I'll place the low poly sports car inside this object target. So guys, after placing the low poly sports car inside the object target cube, next let me show you which is the front side of the object target. So the position on this box where the X, Y and Z axis arrows are placed is the front side of this box. Okay, and as you can see, since the arrows are placed on this side, so this is the front part of the box, or I can say this is the front part of this cube. So after placing this low poly sports car inside the object target, next I'll click on the AR camera. After this, I will change the world center mode to camera. Next, I'll open Vuforia configurations. After this, inside the database option, I will load the AR object tracker database. So I'll check this checkbox, and after this, I'll click on the activate button. Okay. So next, I'll save my scene, and after this, if I click on the play button, then as you can see, the low poly sports car has been superimposed on top of my car object target. But this low poly sports car 3D model is not covering my entire car. Okay, so I'll come out of play mode. Next, I'll select the low poly sports car again. After this, I'll select the 3D scale tool and I'll increase the scale of the car a little bit. I'll just bring the car inside from the left hand side, and as you can see, some part of the car is going out from the front and back. So that's totally fine. So after enlarging the car, I'll save my scene, and after this I'll again click on the play button. And now as you can see, this low poly car model is covering my entire car. So guys, that's it from this video, and I hope from this video you would have understood the process of superimposing a 3D model on top of an object target. Hey, what's up guys, welcome back. In this video, I will build the AR object tracker augmented reality project, and I will run it inside my Android smartphone. Now, if you want to build this project for your iPhone, then you can go inside the AR1 section, and in this section I have explained in detail the procedure for building augmented reality applications with Unity and running them on an iPhone. Okay, so for building the AR object tracker application, I'll first click on File. I'll then click on Build Settings. Next, inside the build settings, I'll first click on Add Open Scenes to add the AR object tracker scene, which is opened by default. Okay, and inside this project we just have one scene over here. After this, as you can see, the platform is selected to Android. So next I'll click on Player Settings, and inside Player Settings I'll first change the company name. So in place of company name, I'll put my website name, that is Engineer's Dream. If you do not have a company or if you do not have a website, then you can just put your own name over here. Okay. Below the company name, we have the product name, which is set to AR object tracker itself. Okay, and I'll leave the product name to AR object tracker only, as whatever name you give to the product, the same name is given to the Android application. Next, we have this option of default icon. So I'm not setting any icon for this AR object tracker application. Okay. After this, I'll go inside other settings, and inside other settings, I'll change the package name. So the package name currently reads com.company.product name. So in place of company, I'll write down my website name, that is Engineer's Dream. You can put your own name over here if you want. And in place of product name, I'll write down my application name, that is AR Object Tracker. After this, since I have an Android smartphone which runs on Marshmallow, so I'll click on this drop down and I'll select the minimum API level to Lollipop, and I'll leave the target API level to automatic as selected, which basically means the target API will be Nougat. So I've basically finished with the changes, and after making these changes, I'll click on the build button and I'll give this APK file a name of AR Object Tracker. Okay, and next I'll click on the save button. So as you can see, the APK file for my AR Object Tracker application is getting built. So guys, as you can see, the APK file for my AR Object Tracker app is created. So next I'll copy this file inside my Android smartphone and let's check the final output. I hope you would have liked this video. This was a free video from my Augmented Reality course, which is currently the best selling AR course on Udemy. This course is currently priced at $200, but you can get it at a discounted price of $10. And by the end of this course, you would have finished building 10 amazing augmented reality applications. Now, there are no necessary requirements for enrolling in this course. You just need an open mindset and a learning attitude. The link for this course is mentioned in the description. So guys, if you like this video, then hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more amazing videos like these.